Welcome to our deep dive into antiseptics and disinfectants, a crucial topic in ICSE Class 9 Biology, under the chapter Aids to Health. Today, we'll explore how these vital chemicals protect us from harmful microbes. We'll start with the basics, then gradually unravel their complex mechanisms and real-world applications across four engaging levels of understanding. Let's begin our journey. Ready to discover the everyday heroes that keep us safe from germs? In our easy level, we'll learn the fundamental differences between antiseptics and disinfectants. Imagine tiny, invisible creatures all around us. These are microorganisms. While many are harmless, some can cause diseases. These disease-causing microbes are called pathogens. To protect ourselves, we use special chemicals. Antiseptics are one such type. They are applied directly to living tissues, like your skin after a cut or scrape. Their job is to reduce or stop the growth of microbes, helping to prevent infection without harming your cells. Think of Dettol or Savlon, which you might use for minor wounds. Now, let's look at disinfectants. Unlike antiseptics, disinfectants are much stronger and are used only on non-living surfaces. They are designed to kill or destroy most microorganisms on objects like floors, tabletops, or medical instruments. Because they are potent, they are too harsh for use on skin or wounds. Common examples include bleach, used for cleaning bathrooms, or Lysol for general surface disinfection. The key takeaway is antiseptics for living tissues, disinfectants for non-living surfaces. Time to test your understanding of antiseptics and disinfectants. Think about the key differences we just discussed. Take a moment to answer these three practice questions. Your responses will help solidify your grasp of the easy-level concepts. Let's step up our knowledge. In the medium level, we'll explore the fascinating history of these agents and how they actually work to combat microbes. The importance of antiseptics became clear in the 19th century. Inspired by Louis Pasteur's germ theory, British surgeon Joseph Lister revolutionized surgery by using carbolic acid, or phenol, to sterilize surgical instruments and wounds. This groundbreaking work significantly reduced post-operative infections and patient deaths, transforming surgical practices forever. This historical context highlights how critical these agents are to modern medicine and public health. So, how do these chemicals actually fight microbes? Generally, antiseptics and disinfectants work by attacking the vital parts of microbial cells. They might disrupt the cell membrane, causing the cell's contents to leak out, or they could denature proteins, which are crucial for cell structure and function. Some also inactivate enzymes or interfere with the genetic material, stopping the microbes from growing or reproducing. These actions ultimately lead to the inhibition or death of the microorganisms. Both antiseptics and disinfectants come in various types, each with specific applications. For antiseptics, we have alcohols like ethanol, often used in hand sanitizers. Iodine solutions, like povidone iodine, are excellent for wound care. Disinfectants include powerful agents like chlorine compounds, such as bleach, widely used for sanitizing surfaces and water. Phenolics, like Lysol, are common for general household disinfection. Each type has a unique chemical structure that dictates its effectiveness and safety profile. Now, let's challenge your understanding with 5 practice questions covering the medium-level content. These questions will prompt you to recall historical facts, mechanisms of action, and specific examples of antiseptics and disinfectants. Ready for a deeper dive? In the hard level, we'll analyze the specific chemical classes, their precise mechanisms, and complex comparisons. At a molecular level, antiseptics and disinfectants employ several sophisticated strategies to neutralize microbes. Many, such as alcohols and phenolics, disrupt the cell membrane, which is the microbe's outer protective layer, causing its internal contents to spill out. Others, like halogens and heavy metals, denature proteins, irreversibly altering their structure and making them non-functional. Some agents, such as aldehydes, go even further by alkylating or cross-linking proteins and nucleic acids, preventing the microbe from carrying out essential life processes. Understanding these precise mechanisms helps us appreciate their diverse applications. Antiseptics and disinfectants can be categorized into various chemical classes, each with distinct properties. For antiseptics, we have alcohols like ethanol, known for rapid action, halogens, such as povidone, offering broad-spectrum activity, and biguanides like chlorhexidine, which provide sustained action. Disinfectants include stronger halogens like sodium hypochlorite, powerful phenolics such as lysol, and aldehydes like glutaraldehyde, which can even achieve sterilization under specific conditions. Each class has specific advantages and limitations, dictating where and how they are most effectively used to control microbial growth. It's important to differentiate between sterilization, disinfection, and antisepsis. Sterilization is the highest level of microbial control, aiming to destroy all forms of microbial life, including highly resistant bacterial spores, often achieved through heat or strong chemicals. Disinfection focuses on eliminating most pathogenic microorganisms from inanimate objects, but might not kill all spores. Antisepsis, as we know, reduces or inhibits microbes on living tissues to prevent infection. These concepts form a hierarchy of microbial control, with varying degrees of microbial elimination based on the context and required safety level. Now, let's put your analytical skills to the test with 7 challenging practice questions. These questions will require you to compare, contrast, and explain the nuanced aspects of antiseptics and disinfectants, drawing upon the deeper insights we've covered in this hard level. Welcome to the hardest level. Here, we'll explore the cutting-edge science, regulatory insights, and competitive depth of antiseptics and disinfectants. The efficacy of antiseptics and disinfectants is not just about killing microbes, it's about understanding the intricate chemical interactions at a molecular level. Modern research employs quantum chemistry and molecular docking to precisely predict how these compounds bind to and disrupt microbial targets, such as specific enzymes or membrane components. For instance, the length of the alkyl chain in quaternary ammonium compounds directly influences their ability to disrupt bacterial cell membranes, showcasing a clear structure-activity relationship. This deep understanding allows for the rational design of more potent and safer antimicrobial agents. Beyond basic application, the engineering of biocidal formulations and their integration into various systems is crucial. In hospitals, disinfectants are selected not just for efficacy against specific pathogens like MRSA, but also for material compatibility with medical equipment and patient safety. For water treatment, engineers balance the microbial killing power of chlorine with minimizing the formation of harmful byproducts. Furthermore, the development of antimicrobial coatings, where agents like silver nanoparticles are embedded into surfaces, provides continuous protection against microbial growth, revolutionizing hygiene in diverse environments from hospitals to food processing plants. The regulatory landscape for antiseptics and disinfectants is complex and rigorous. Agencies like the FDA and EPA, or their national equivalents, establish stringent standards for product efficacy, human toxicity, and environmental impact. This involves extensive testing for acute and chronic toxicity, mutagenicity, and carcinogenicity. Furthermore, the environmental fate of these chemicals, including their biodegradability, persistence, and potential for bioaccumulation, is meticulously assessed. Occupational safety protocols, including proper ventilation and personal protective equipment, are also mandated to protect workers from exposure, highlighting the comprehensive approach required for safe and effective use. Despite their effectiveness, microbes can develop resistance to antiseptics and disinfectants, similar to antibiotic resistance. Mechanisms include efflux pumps, which actively expel the chemicals from the bacterial cell, and biofilm formation, where microbes create a protective matrix that shields them from the agents. Scientists are constantly exploring novel solutions. This includes developing antimicrobial peptides, which are natural compounds with broad-spectrum activity, or utilizing nanotechnology to deliver traditional agents more effectively. The goal is to stay ahead of evolving microbial threats and ensure the continued effectiveness of our infection control strategies. Now, let's tackle the first 5 challenging questions designed to test your comprehensive understanding of antiseptics and disinfectants at the hardest level. These questions delve into the advanced mechanisms, engineering applications, and regulatory aspects we've just covered. Here are the remaining 5 questions to truly push your knowledge of antiseptics and disinfectants. These will challenge you on microbial resistance, future trends, and environmental impact, ensuring you have a competitive edge understanding of the topic. And that brings us to the end of our comprehensive journey through antiseptics and disinfectants. We've covered everything from basic definitions to advanced mechanisms, engineering applications, and future trends. We hope this deep dive has enriched your understanding. For more such engaging and in-depth educational content, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for regular updates and to continue your learning adventure with us. Thank you for joining.